Hello, welcome to Donglai Radio and Television Station. Here comes the news today. According to the Department of Crop Production in 2019, the total demand for rice imports of the European Union (EU) was 2.3 million tons of rice, with a value of 1.4 billion euros. In the first 9 months of 2020, rice exports to the EU reached over 10 million USD, up 23.49% over the same period in 2019. Every year, Vietnam exports from 6.4 to 7 million tons of rice to more than 30 countries and territories, in which varieties on the list of fragrant rice exported to the EU enjoying preferential tariff quotas accounted for about 43 to 46% of the total annual rice export volume, with about over 3 million tons. Rice is a commodity with great potential for export to the EU when quotas are expanded. This is a market with priority of room. Rice export to the EU are forecasted to increase from now to the end of the year. Over the past time, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has actively restructured the sector, implementing international commitments in the EVFTA negotiation process. Yesterday, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Cao Tiến-dũng, had a meeting with members of the Steering Committee, the People's Committee of Long Thanh District, and related units to review the progress of the Long Thanh International Airport project. According to People's Committee of Long Thanh, the compensation, assistance, and resettlement work have so far paid for nearly 700 households with the amount of more than 1.6 trillion VND. Regarding the construction progress of technical infrastructure works in Long An, Bình Sơn resettlement area, according to the Provincial Construction Investment Project Management Board, over the past time, the construction has been affected by heavy rain. Currently, the unit is asking the contractors to speed up the construction progress to hand over land to people. Speaking at the meeting, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Cao Tiến-dũng, highly appreciated the efforts of related units, at the same time set out a request to complete the compensation work this year. In the first quarter of 2021, the remaining work is to clean the ground to hand over to the investor the entire area of 5,000 hectares. In parallel with the work of compensation and site clearance, special attention should be paid to speeding up the construction of the resettlement area to soon hand over land to people to build houses and stabilize their lives. Democratic candidate Joe Biden has won 264 electoral votes, leaving only 6 more to become the 46th president of the United States. On November the 4th, Biden won an additional 26 electoral votes from Wisconsin and Michigan states to close to the number of 270 electoral votes needed. Meanwhile, Republican candidate Donald Trump now has 214 electoral votes after gaining one more electoral ballot from a congressional district of Maine, where the state does not have a who wins policy. The competition between the two candidates is currently concentrated in the states of Nevada, North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, which have not finished voting, and the difference between the two candidates is not much. Biden is currently ahead in Nevada, and if he wins it, he will have 6 electoral votes, just enough to declare victory. The political standoff continues on Côte d'Ivoire, where post-election violence worsens with the deaths of 2 people near the capital, Yamoussoukro, despite the calls for dialogue by the international community. According to a government spokesperson, 2 employees from the entourage of Equipment Minister Kofi Kouako were killed on November the 3rd in a clash that occurred near his mansion in Tomodi, central of this country. The convoy of Mr. Sidi Tiamoko, Minister of Communications, were also attacked in the central region, but no casualties were recorded. Currently, the Côte d'Ivoire Constitutional Council is in the process of finalizing the procedures to recognize President Alassane Ouattara's re-election for the 3rd consecutive term, with 94.2% support in the election on October the 31st. The opposition did not recognize the results and called for the establishment of a National Transitional Council. That's all for the news today. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.